There's a good chance if you were a goth in the 90s, you actually thought you were a vampire. I'm gonna have to speak in a little bit of code about this topic because of you practice vampirism and you take it very seriously still. I'm definitely not trying to offend you, and I hope that you're okay with this. Because of Anne Rice and Interview with a Vampire, and even films like The Hunger, which came way earlier. But there was this incredible romanticism about vampirism, and we all just fell in love with it. It was very appealing to goths, and there's so many other, like Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was everywhere, and we ate it up. Like, we loved this topic, and a lot of us ended up kind of getting into it even so intensely that it was like almost like a religion. And it really is. It kind of like really took off in the goth scene. A lot of people were practicing even in the clubs, which brings me to the first point, which is like, it was very sexual. I remember getting fed on a few times by older vampires, which now I'm looking back and I'm like, ooh, that was actually not okay. And obviously there's a lot of like safety things that we just weren't thinking about, and we should have been. And along came Twilight, and Twilight just pissed everyone off because it took like this thing that we all loved and kind of took like a little bit like a religion. Not everyone was into it, but yeah, and it just made a mockery of it. And I can watch Twilight now and enjoy it and be like, oh, that's just like a corny early 2000s vibe. Like, I can appreciate it for what it is. But at the time, we were all just like, how dare they? And that's actually what really took it out of the subculture and put it in the mainstream. Even though like Anne Rice was very mainstream, like Interview with the Vampire had the biggest actors. And if you want to learn more about this and like get into it, just make sure you talk to people who are like really into the practice and not just the aesthetic of it, but like really get what it's about, and be safe.